All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Not Life. My name is Adewale Agboke Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, we're going to continue to talk about superheroes. Focus is still on the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, but today, I'm going to focus on the Karjakz as a team because I talked about Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepard, Diesel, and Sphinx, of course. Now we're going to get to the whole team, the heroes, the Karjakz, bringing it all together, and then we can move on to them villainous assassins. The Karjakz, man, a team of group of heroes that I'm going to talk about each character. I'm going to bring it all together now versus individualization. I'm going to do a whole group session. So that's going to be what's up today, man. I'm pretty excited, man. And before we get into this podcast, we got to pay these bills. Yeah, I can't believe I just said that. Pay these bills. You know, hey, these sponsors are awesome, so we got to talk about them. This Sound Vision podcast is brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything in between, search Tigler.com today, yo. That's search Tigler.com today. Don't wait, search today. That's Tigler.com, yo. As I stated before, this amazing search engine platform has been created by Adetay Agboke. Now this search engine platform has become one of the best platforms to look for professionals, from plumbers, pediatricians, landscapers, contractors, nurses, even babysitting, anything professional like that. You can find it on Tigler.com, and they are located in 2 locations. They're in California, the Long Beach, California area, and they're also in Virginia as well. So check them out. The Great Falls area in the Georgetown, in the Virginia area, and then of course in Long Beach, California, but also all over California. So you got to check them out. Tigler.com, the best search engine for professionals. So if you need some professionals, don't wait. Search today. That's Tigler.com, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live for foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, I always got these custom orthotics in every pair of batas that I wear. That's right. Yeah, I'm not playing. I was wearing it today. So, you know, that's why I had that stain on there. But I've been having these. I've been pain-free for 8 years. And I got to tell you, 8 years of pain-free awesomeness on your feet is the most awesomeness you can feel. So, you know, if you get a chance, take the opportunity to go to AnadelCenter.com, make an appointment, and see the best foot specialist in the galaxy, Dr. Nero Nusode. You know, they're located in the Dallas, Texas area, Frisco, and they have an office in Frisco, Texas, and they also have an office in Dallas, Texas. So that's 2 awesomeness. You can go to either one location, make an appointment with Dr. Nero Nusode, and get your feet where they need to be. Don't let them be sad, man. Let them be happy again. As I stated before, look, these custom orthotics go to every pair of batas that I wear. So they make my feet feel amazing, man. So, and also to another exciting point, batas will officially, as I stated before in the last episode, will officially become the official shoes on the Anadel Center website, AnadelCenter.com. So get ready. You're going to start to see them batas, man. Them batas are fire. You know what I mean? And we wouldn't accomplish such great things if we weren't joining forces with such a great organization like Anadel Center, who realizes that batas and Sound Vision have something great to bring to the table. So, you know, awesome excitement there. So, AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. AnadelCenter.com for details. And another thing, both Anadel and Tigler are coming in with their YouTube channel. So, get ready. Anadel has already got the YouTube channel up. I'm sure Tigler is going to be following up very soon. And so, we're going to make that announcement when they do that. But Anadel YouTube channel, I told y'all, YouTube is where it's at. Anadel Center already has a YouTube channel. Follow them at Anadel Center. You will find it either Anadel or Anadel Center. But one way or another, you're going to see it. So you can get to talk about how to discuss foot pain, all the cures and remedies to make your feet better. Everything ain't always got to be surgery. So that's what's great about the Dr. Nehru Soda. He always got all the options available for you to get your feet right. So AnadelCenter.com. Check out the YouTube channel. Tigler, check out the YouTube channel, y'all. All right. All right, y'all, these bills done been paid. Let's get into this amazing episode because I am jacked up and hyped up about this. You know, prior to this episode, I told you I was going to talk about all the Karjakz as a team now, not as an individual, but as a team, how they came together and how to form the team. So look, before we get into this podcast, look at check this out. Look at the Karjakz right there. That's the whole team, the heroes right there doing their thing. You know what I mean? That's version 5 right there. Now, as always, I got to show y'all version 1 because without version 1, man, I wouldn't have done any of this. Karjakz Vs Assassins version 1 right there. Look at that thing. Just doing it how we go. And then, of course, the various versions that I've had after that. Shoot, where am I at? You know what I mean? Look at that. Karjakz Vs Assassins. You know, I'm showing the heroes and the villains together right now. I got to show them love. And then, of course, the most recent, because the logo got augmented, right? Karjakz Vs Assassins right there. Check that out. Then of course, you know we got this right here. Where's this at? Posters. Always the posters, man. If you love art and you know you love posters, so go visit Sanuvision.com. Get your poster today. The Karjakz. Look at it. Right? Go to Sanuvision.com. Get your poster today. 11 by 17, 13 by. We got different sizes. 11 by 17, 13 by 19, 24 by 36. We also have it on canvas art too as well. Not to mention all the different accessories that we can put my art on. So look, Sanuvision.com, get on there. It's on and popping. Sanuvision.com is on and popping. So Sanuvision.com, y'all. All right, y'all. Some of the things that I wanted to talk about today, I wanted to focus on origins as the team group, history, abilities, comics, animation, and movies as a group, because everything in this is a group, right? The Karjakz, we all know the members who are. They are Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepard, Diesel, and of course Sphinx as well. Now the team as an origin, as how it came together. You know each individual came together. So as you know, I can only give you so much because I can't tell you everything because it's going to mess up the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book that's coming out. But the origin of this team is simple. When Cajun decides to create their battle armor he creates, indirectly he realizes that he can't do this all alone. So what does he do? He pulls together his closest friends, which are which are Shepard and Diesel. Then of course his family, Glocks, Rasputin, Escalade. They ain't gonna let him do it alone. And then down the line, Sincere. And of course, he has to build each individual person a different separate armor. So the whole point of the team is that each individual is different, brings different attributes to the team, different characteristics, right? And the team comes together realizing that, okay, we're going to do this. We need to be able to work together, understand each other, not just because we're family and friends, but because we want to defend the universe from the evil menace that is known as the Assassins. And yes, let's be clear, them Assassins don't play no games. They are ruthless. And look, just to pay homage, I'm wearing this classic puffer jacket with the Karjakz Assassins right here. Classic. Look at the Karjakz on this side right here, the right side, then the Assassins here. And even if you look on my left arm, you see the same thing too. Classic Karjakz on the right arm, classic Assassins on the left arm. You know what I mean? But we're focused on the Karjakz today, the heroes from this universe, of the Karjakz Assassin universe, who have chosen to defend the universe from the ever-clutching menace hands of the Assassins, those villainous Assassins. You know, they are just ruthless, man. You know, led by Lord Sanusi. And so the Karjakz come together. Cajun builds armor. After many travels, deciding he's got the funding to do this, he builds armor. I can't tell you everything, man. The whole team comes together. Now you're led by, they're led by Escalade, right? And it only makes logical sense to be led by Escalade because she's the Air Force colonel on the team. If you have a colonel on your team, you need a tactical strategist, somebody who understands the battlefield strategies to be in charge. And guess what she does? She becomes in charge. Now it's not no simple thing where she just becomes leader. Her position is, of course, challenged by Cajun, who's her older brother. Instead of seeing her just a colonel, he's seeing her as like, hey, look, you're my sister. I'm older than you, so I should lead this team. Not to mention, I'm the one who funded all this stuff that we're doing. And she's like, I don't care. And so as the team, I'm not going to give you all the snippets, but as it goes, you'll get to see in the storybooks and the comics and the animation, there becomes a gradual understanding of the importance of why Escalade needs to be the team leader, right? Why she needs to be the one in charge of what they're doing, why she needs to be the one that's leading the team. Because when you form a team, and to be honest with y'all, as I created the characters, I really didn't know, I really thought Cajun should be the leader. But as I came to create the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book, I realized, like, man, nah, that is not a good idea. That don't even look right. And so I realized you got a colonel on the team. She's got to be in charge. Tactical strategist and all that stuff. And you have to understand, each character brings about different things as attributes. Like, for example, Glocks brings understanding of computer science, computer technology. Rasputin brings the understanding of science, of how to understand science in every facet in biological terms. Sincere, investigative skills. There's nothing she can't investigate. There's nothing she can't figure out. She has that IDB Wells in her. Yeah, for all a lot you don't know, she was a great African American investigator journalist. She was amazing in the 1900s. So she got the IDB Wells in her. It's a combination of IDB Wells, you know. And then, of course, Shepard. He's the doctor on the team. Able to heal. He's a healer. You need a healer on the team. You got to have a healer on the team. That's why Shepard comes in. And then, of course, you got Diesel, the strong guy on the team, but also the constructive creator. So anything Cajun could design, Diesel can build, as I stated before in previous episodes. And then, of course, you got Sphinx, the guardian, the one who watches over everybody. Now, when you've got all these different individuals coming together, it makes for an awesome team. And so the origins of each character is that each individual comes from a different sphere, but then they all come together to form one group, a group that's going to defend the universe from the ever-clutching menace of the assassins, man. Them assassins, they don't care. They are, well, world domination, universal domination. They going to give it to anybody going to get it, whether the person's on planet Earth or whether they're on Pluto. It don't matter. They gonna get it. They are after what they after. Lord Sun Tzu has one conquest: universal, galaxial domination. You know, so as the Karjaks come together, now they're forming a team. Now they're figuring out each other's things without getting and stepping over each other's feet. But how does that really happen? Because when you're a team origination, when you're bringing yourselves together, even though you're friends and close family members, it's still hard because you have to understand each other's characteristics, each other's strengths and weaknesses. And so those are the things that the Karjaks become to understand. And when the team comes together, the origins of how they how Cajun creates this idea, this concept of being a hero, but understand that he can't do it all alone. I need help, which is very hard for a lot of people to actually be forthcoming about. Like me, Cajun is based on me. I've needed help throughout my life. A lot of my success that I have now today as I sit in front of you is not just based on everything I did on my own, but it's based on everything friends and family did for me. On my family specifically, and my friends, my two friends, my best friend, my two great friends, Nere, Dr. Nu. So you know my family, my brothers and my sister, Tunde and Sharon, my mom, and then my two best friends, Judah and Nere Unusoda, Dr. Nere Soda. Also Judah, who's Diesel, and then Nere, who's Shepherd. And then of course me, I'm Cajun, my other brother's Glocks, and then my other brother's Graspin, and then my sister is Escalade. And then, of course, my sister, my mom's character is also in this part of this Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. But I ain't going to tell you her character's name. All you need to know is she's a god. That's all you need to know. My mom's character is off the chain. You know what I'm saying? But the Karjaks are a group of heroes who have come together. Each individual realizing what they can do to make their whole universe defend the universe. It's just like how you had the X-Men come together, the Thundercats come together, Voltron come together, Avengers come together. Well, the Gargoyles coming together. This is the same thing, you know. The Gargoyles probably the only thing really similar to, because the Goliath, Hudson, Broadway, Lexington, Bronx, Elisa Maza, it's like, except for Elisa Maza, they all grew up together. And Brooklyn, they all grew up together. And so when they got back to Manhattan and woke up from the 1,000-year slumber, everything was still the same because they understood each other. The same thing with the Karjaks. They grew up together. You had Glocks, Escalade, Cajun, and Rasputin siblings growing up together. But then you have great friends, Shepherd and Diesel, who have also been growing up with them since they were youngins. So I'm not going to give you all the origins, but remember, since they were youngins, they've been friends. So it's like a family friends thing, man. So now they're bringing it all together and to form one amazing team. So the origins, man, I can't give you all too much because when the comic book drops, you really totally understand everything. And the subsequent comic books and the subsequent animation is going to happen too as well, man. So that's the origins of the Karjaks right there. Now, next up is the history of the Karjaks. When you have a team like this, right? A lot of y'all don't know anything about my characters, but you're about to know. If you've ever bought any of my bio books, from when I began, from version 1 to where I am now. So let's talk about the history of the Karjaks. Look, and the way, let's look at this. This is part of the history. Look at the drawing, man. This is when I first started. And I gotta tell you, when I first started drawing, the idea of just when you create, that's probably the biggest thing you can do. But then as you grow as an artist, you start to make adjustments, right? So then you start to come up with all kinds of concepts for your characters. And then they became to take form. Look at that. That's version 2 right there. And this is the bio book. Version 2, 3. This is the bio book right there. And then we're not done there. Oh, no. We got the version 5. Now, when I got to this version of the Karjaks, that's when things really took off. That's when I realized, you know what? Not only do you need to create a comic book, but you need to start doing a whole new animation series and figure out your understanding of animation. So I stated before, y'all, guess what I'm going to be doing this coming semester in the fall? Animation classes. So y'all, animation classes, courses. You thought I was great before? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, man. My animation is about to take a whole new level. And that's the beauty of learning on my own. I don't have to beg anybody to let me do something. So the history of the Karjaks, a team of individuals coming together. Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepherd, Diesel, Sphinx, of course, the Guardian, coming together to realize they have to defend the universe and the city to which they have to defend. And I'm not going to tell you the city because you're going to find that out in the comic book, right? And so they got to go against these amazing assassins, these villainous assassins. And these assassins are ruthless, led by Lord Sun Tzu, artillery, kanji, snipes, so led by Lord Sun Tzu, artillery, excursion, kanji, revo, snipes, yukon, and of course Seth, the Egyptian mystical tiger, just like the evil version of Sphinx. And so they're coming together. They're doing these. They have to defend this, the city, the universe, the galaxy, not just the Earth, but the galaxy from these guys, because they can fight the Karjakz on any galaxy, on anywhere they choose to take the fight to them. And so, being that you have to wait constantly on whether the assassins are going to do something or not, can be nerve-wracking. I got to tell you, because you never know what they're going to do. It's always something, man. And Lord Sun Tzu's devious evilness ways, I can't believe I just said that. His evilest ways are so evil that the Karjakz are always being ready. There's no downtime at all. So there's constant work, and there's always constant training. Part of the history of the Karjakz is that when you have a team learning to be together, there's going to be a whole lot of failures, man, and a whole lot of successes. You might even have more failures than successes sometimes, because you're understanding what each team member is able to do, right? Because each team member can do something different. Diesel, strength, Sphinx, guardianship, and in many different ways. Shepherd, the healer, sincere, investigative skills, kind of like having Batman on the team. Rasputin, scientific, able to come up with chemicals and to able to help the team in various different situations. Glocks, computer expert, any kind of computerism, any kind of computer technology, he can understand it to the maximum, and that's a sick ability to have. Then of course, Escalade, Air Force Colonel, tactical strategist. When you have an Air Force Colonel who's an ace pilot, you got to have her leading the team. And then, of course, Cajun, the billionaire industrialist, he's a designer, just like me. He's a creator. He creates ideas. He's able to execute those ideas. And with the help of Diesel, they construct the ideas into reality. So each person bringing a different thing. And when you have different individuals doing this, you're going to have a great team. I mean, I remember used to watching X-Men. What did I like most about X-Men? The fact that Wolverine was different from Cyclops. Cyclops was different from Gambit. Gambit was different from Storm. Storm was different from Rogue, and so on. And Beast was different from all of them. And then vice versa, even with the Avengers too. You had Captain America different from Iron Man. Iron Man different from Black Panther. Black Panther different from Thor. Thor different from Hulk. And Hulk different from Black Widow. Black Widow different from Hawkeye. And then Hawkeye different from Falcon. Even watching the movies, man, it's the same concept. The history of the Karjakz is a team of individuals who have to learn to work together, right? And I wish I could show y'all the new version of the excuse me, y'all, the new version of the Karjakz. And as I stated before, this is something I've wanted to say, and I can't tell y'all too much, but I can say this. Karjakz are a group of heroes who have joined forces to defend the world and the universe from the evil menace known as the Assassins. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. I mean, y'all understand what I'm looking at right here, the version 6. Oh, Lord have mercy. Man, it is sick, man. The history of the Karjakz is a team of individuals who are coming together to do amazing things, to defend the universe, to bring it together, to figure out how they're going to stay together too. Because part of being a team is understand how to stay together. Getting together is one thing, but being able to understand each other, having the patience to stay each other, having the patience to not step on each other's feet as y'all are going to get to where y'all got to go is a hard part. Because a lot of teams can't do that, man. But the Karjakz, Cajun, aka Jones Phoenix, Escalade, aka Sarah Jones, Rasputin, aka Sean Jones, Glocks, aka Chris Jones, Diesel, Ben Warhawk Gray, Shepherd, Vincent Pierce, then of course Cynthia, who's the sister of Diesel, Scarlet Gray. You know what I mean? So these are the names of these individuals. Their names matching up with the superhero-ness. And man, I am excited about what this thing is how far this thing is gonna go and where it's gonna go. It's an amazing galaxy. The fact that I'm the one who created makes it even more amazing. That's the history of the Karjakz, a team that's bringing it together, figuring out how they're gonna do it. Even when after you join forces, you have to figure out how to stay together, right? Because there are many battles they go against the assassins and they get their what's handed to them. And when you get your what's handed to you, you have a tendency to want to veer off onto your own. But the Karjakz don't do that. They keep it together, understanding that it's very important that we stay together. Now that right there is probably the biggest history of the Karjakz, not being able to be separated and broken up, in spite of whether they're separated during battle and they're on different fighting grounds, or they're together all in one bunch and they're ready to go. So that's the Karjakz right there, man. That's the history of the Karjakz. Next up are abilities. As with anything, abilities. Oh, I know you're checking out my pendant, man. Yes, my mom gave it to me. Yeah, it symbolizes being king. It symbolizes being king of your own kingdom. That's really what it symbolizes. I know you can't see it, but there it is right there. Yeah, this is a cool pendant. I should have wore it last week, but I forgot. But I'm gonna try to be my best to be wearing it all the time because I feel like this pendant brings me so much positive energy. It's not even funny. You know what I mean? But as my mother said to me, this is gonna be. When she gave it to me, I decided, you know what, this is gonna represent king of your own kingdom. I feel like that's what it means when she gave it to me, king of your own kingdom. So so my mom's character is also part of the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, but I can't unveil who it is. I ain't gonna tell you. But tell you one thing though, she's sure rocking the t-shirt and the sport leggings I made for her. Man, she's always telling me how cool it is, man. So the abilities of the Karjakz. Not getting to the abilities. Now you've got each individual character, right? Cajun's got the armor. Now each one of them has armor, but the armors exist in different variations, right? You got Cajun, he's got all kinds of technological ways, armor that can that's damn invincible. He's got flight. He's got fighting capabilities. He's got laser type weapons. He's got shooting shoulder cannons. Man, he's got a whole different array of weapons, man. And then you got Escalade. And then of course his lots of flight. And then underwater submersion. So he can go into water too. And then also too, he can go into things like lava. Anything you can think of, his armor can adapt to it, which is very important, right? Because you got a hero who's always constantly having things just shot his way or going his way or trying to take him out. Then he's got those swords. I'm not going to give you the names, but trust me, when you read the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book, you're going to see what the names of the swords are. So that's Cajun right there. Now you got Escalade. Escalade is on the team. She's an Air Force colonel strategist. She's got tactical military training. And okay, Cajun too, before I go, he's got the training, as you well know. He's trained from all over parts of the world with the so-called discipline he has. But within the confines of the Karjakz, his fighting abilities, his training of everything he's gotten from all over the world brings about his ability to unify people, be a leader in a different way, not so much as leading the team, but leading the team in a way where he's not in charge, but he's still leading the team because he's setting an example of how we can go about doing things and doing things in a way that's going to lead and defend the earth. And then you've got Escalade, Air Force colonel, powerful lady, independent, tactical strategist, which is what she brings to the team, being the tactical, creating the battle plans for the team, because each person brings a different type of attribute. And not to mention, she's an ace pilot. Like, I'm talking about top flight, best pilot in the galaxy within this Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Can't nobody mess with her. She's the truth in two quarters. And I don't know of any animation series or any kind of series that ever put a woman to be the best pilot, period. They usually reserve those roles for men. And that's probably one of the biggest problems with all these different cartoon platforms. They're very, in a way, sexist. And so for me, I felt like Escalade needed to be very talented, well-known, well-respected, but also to be a leader of the sorts. So next up, you got Glocks. Glocks is the sharpshooter on the team. And when I say he don't miss, he don't miss. He's a tactical shooter. He can see when he aims at the aim, he ain't missing. That's just how it is. Glocks is the tactical strategist. He's bringing it like that. You got to understand, everybody has different abilities and how they bring it. And Glock's thing is tactical strategist. He's a sharpshooter. He ain't missing a row. Not to mention his computer wizardry, which is beautiful, man. So Rasputin, being the science guy on the team, now he's a hand-to-hand combatant. He has no projectiles. The only projectiles he has are the stars that he has. I'm not going to tell you what else, and the different array of weapons that he has. But they're all close-range combat stuff, right? And so when you got a guy like this who's able to also create medicine, create science, create chemicals needed for the team. Excuse me, y'all. Needed for the team to succeed. How can you not succeed? Not to mention that Spoon is just sick with it when it comes to hand combatants. Then you've got Cynthia, who is the investigative person on the team. Her abilities include, and man, not limited to, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, these people, these characters are amazing beyond belief. These characters are unbelievable beyond belief. Now, Cynthia, you got to understand, Cynthia is the investigative journal on the team. Her ability to just read everything to base it on what you actually need is really really cool. The when I say need, that means she's hunting for clues, looking for clues, most of the time when the Karjakz need to fight out something, she's the person doing it. And this incorporates into her abilities, not to mention her sick fighting skills. When I say she can fight skills, she got skills, y'all. She ain't to be messed with. She can really put it on you, man, with the different array of combat skills that she had. Not to mention, as you'll figure out what her ties are to the assassins. I'm not going to tell you that, but you'll figure out what her ties are to the assassins. But Sincere is smart, tactical. She's the Batman of the team. When it comes to investigating, ain't nobody messing with her, man. So she's the total package in terms of getting that done and getting the ability to be a informative and being able to get information that is needed to get the team where they need to be, man. And then, of course, you got Shepard, the healer on the team. So, being that he's blind doesn't mean nothing, because Shepard is that dude. He's that dude. He's got the quantum bone, quantum arrows. He can take out pretty much any range. He's got a assortment of arrows that he uses at his disposal. Not to mention he's got a sync visor that allows him to see everything. Now, he's blind. What makes Shepard unique is that, of course, it's been built in an eye concert type of thing, but Shepard is using his natural aura of human instinct to get himself where he needs to go, which is probably one of the reasons why when I did the episode about him, that thing was #1. It was unbelievable. In terms of all the Karjakz, it had the most views. It wasn't even close. So Shepard's abilities include understanding of ways to heal people, medicine, but also to being able to use his own I want to call it handicaps that he has to not be handicapped. He's an amazing character. Those are abilities. Very few have that abilities. I'm looking at my Leonardo turtle thing right here. Feeling inspired. Look at this. Signed by Kevin Eastland. Yeah. And if you see the Turtles episode, it's available on my YouTube channel. Episode number 91. You know what I'm saying? So that's Leonardo right there. That's Shepard right there. Shepard's abilities to see without seeing. His ability to touch, smell, sense of feel. And not to mention, he's a great hand combatant, fighting skills person. He's unbelievable. Next up, Diesel. Strong guy on the team, but also too mathematically brilliant and intelligent. Very calm within the storm, as I like to say, because he's been through a lot. So the storm doesn't move him much. But his little goal is to make sure that the family can get what they need. And so once they get what they need, he's straight. Because he's always had that, I gotta help everybody, take care of everybody. And as you well know, all these characters are based on somebody, that personal people that I know in my life that are important to me. Then, of course, Diesel, being the strong guy on the team, there's pretty much nothing he can't lift. His strength has knows no limits. He's never seen it, and he's never gonna see it, because he's always going to just keep getting stronger. Maximum effort. Trust me, if you got into a fight with Superman, he would beat the mess out of him. If you got into a fight with Hulk, he would give him that work too. You know what I mean? So, that's Diesel right there, strong on the team. But not only that, but he's the constructive engineer. There's nothing that Cajun can't design that Diesel can't build. So when Diesel's building, he's got Cajun with him, and they're building that thing together, man. So that's Diesel. Then next up is Sphinx. Sphinx has the ability to, as you well know, change shape. He's the guardian of the team. And when you're the guardian of the team, you have to have different attributes and different things you can do. Shape-shifting, being able to change skin tone, and I'm talking about real change, like where this guy is like, sometimes you can't even see Sphinx when he's coming to you, or you just see the shadow. Next thing you know, he just pops up on you. So he can grow in size. He's very disciplined. He has to be disciplined because, I know me here talking about a tiger being disciplined. Yeah, he has to be disciplined because he's looking after everybody. He can't just do whatever he wants. And yes, of course, he's still he's been a guardian who's been around for a long time, since the days of a character that's based on that I'm gonna also bring around, which is a god. But Sphinx, oh my lord, Sphinx is so cool. Like, I can't tell me people love Sphinx whenever I have him saved up. You know what I mean? So that's Sphinx's abilities, grow in size, and incredible. And when I say grow in size, he's heavy. So when he's normal size, he weighs too much, like 700 pounds, almost 400 pounds. Now when it goes into battle mode, oh Lord have mercy, he's about 700 to 800 pounds of awesomeness, which is totally crazy. You know what I mean? So that's Sphinx right there. Those are the abilities of each character, because the abilities incorporate them bringing different things, different abilities, such as karate, taekwondo, muay thai, boxing, all these different platforms to bring themselves together to form a team, able to do their thing. And each individual, coincidentally, I just noticed it has a different type of martial arts training. So it's bringing in like 7 different types of martial arts training to take it to the top. So that's Diesel right there, and that's excuse me, that's Sphinx right there. So next up are comics. Now, of course, just like how I've had comics, gotta get this off of me. Just like how I've had comics for all the other characters when I talked about them individually, how sick is it to have a comic like, you know, let's say like this right here, the bio book? Because of course I can't show you the official Karjakz Vs Assassins bio book, but you know, when you have comics like this on the characters on the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, just on the Karjakz, you know how sick that is to have them all in one story. So talking about what the different things, that the different battle sequences that they went through with the assassins. Oh my Lord, have mercy. That's gonna be so sick. I'm already individualizing each character's comic. So now when you're taking the whole thing, it becomes a whole gambit of when doing things on their own, and then of course coming together to do the whole thing. If you need this thing to be successful, one of the things you need to do is understand the reason why it's been successful. Let me rephrase that. Is that the comics are gonna be good because I'm starting to understand the characters even more. Even right now as I speak, I'm understanding my own characters even more, giving them a deeper storyline, right? So when you throw them into comic books, people love group comic books, whether it was the X-Men, whether it was Justice League, whether it was oh my Lord, is it Mask, who else, let me see, who else, who has had that comic book? But that was all the ones I can think. Avengers, and what was the one coming out in all those comic books? Each character within that storyline had a sequence of events in there. So you're bringing the team together, 8 individuals, and you have to figure out a way to mesh them into a universe that's going to further expand. Can you imagine? I've had people just tell me like the Karjakz are sick. I've seen people walk through my table at my show, and they're just like, man, bro, this is ridiculously impressive. And you know, I'm always showcasing my drawings, and when I wear gear or pants or whatever, people are like, man, dude, that's pretty sick, man. You know, people, I know contrary to what people actually believe, but I actually believe that there's a lot of people out there that actually want to see you succeed. You know, them haters do what they do, but they can't stop this from doing what it wants to do. Like this comic series is going to be so sick because you got to remember, each individual character is going to get his own comic book. The group is going to get his own comic book. Karjakz is going to get their own comic book, and then the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is going to get its own comic book. That's just a part of what we do, man. It's part of what we want to become. Like the way I want to go with this comic series, like always to have Karjakz have their own story, each individual have their own story, then of course Karjakz Vs Assassins has his own story, and then of course the assassins have their own story. It's not easy creating a comic book with like this many characters because you have to give each person their own shine within the context of the comic book. You know, speaking of eating something cool, and within the whole context of the comic book, you have to make sure that each character is shining and is being represented in what people have been reading from the various storylines. Because I promise you, one thing y'all aren't gonna say, yeah, yo, I'm eating jelly. I know. One thing people aren't gonna say is, oh, this comic book isn't sequential. Oh, it's very sequential. I don't play that. I always make sure my comic books are sequential. That's something I learned growing up, reading X-Men comic books, reading different type of comic books that I always fell in love with. I just always thought that comics were the jump off. And now that I've got a chance to create one for my whole entire team, both the heroes and villains, and the heroes and villains together, oh yes. This comic book is going to be so sick because it's going to be important that when the Karjakz have a comic book, you get to understand what they're dealing with, and then how it aligns itself to the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, but also to how it can lead to the animation series. So they're gonna have their own comic books. Each individual character, you bring in. I mean, my ideas of individualization for each character will be integrated into the whole Karjakz universe. So that means we're having Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Cynthia, Shepard, Diesel, and Sphinx all being one comic book, doing their own thing, and then also to being able to adjust to the future with all them characters in there. It's gonna be nuts, y'all. So yo, that's the comics right there. Next. Next up is the animation series. How sick is it gonna be, y'all? I'm not talking animation series. For me to have, for me to have an animated movie, aside from the animation series, just having animated movies that way, where the Karjakz are a team. They're going on different missions. They're defending the earth from different things that they're seeing. They're you're understanding them as a team, how much it costs to do something for them, or how much it doesn't cost for them for me to do something to them. The animation series is basically me wanting to figure out. I'm going to spend I'm going to spend the time on growing them as a group. Just as whatever I did in comic books, I'm always going to try to tie the comic books and the animation series together, because your great stories come from the books. That's why a lot of these, Avengers was good. I can't speak on X-Men the animated. That's why the Avengers movies were good and the X-Men movies weren't good. God, they were horrible. Just think about the X-Men movies. They were atrocious. But when you got an animation series, one of the biggest things you got to do is be able to put each character in it, give each character its own scene, their own scene, so they can look good while doing, while within the context of the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, and also the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Even though I'm giving them different individual missions, but the Karjakz are still a team. The animation series, man, can you imagine? Japanese style animation style. You already see my style of drawing. It's Japanese style. So what you think the animation style is going to be? Come on now. You know it got to be that Japanese style. Growing up on watching stuff like Gundam Wing, Technoman, Ronin Warriors, Silverhawks, Brave Star, X-Men, Iron Man, part of the Marvel Action Hour. Just being able to take a concept and an idea, giving them different missions. That's really what I want to do with the Karjakz animation series. Whether it's animated movies or whether it's animation series. We did the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, that's one series. But then creating animated movies so that those animated movies are tailored and tethered towards the Karjakz Vs Assassins animation series, that's going to be so sick. Watching the team go to different parts of the galaxy, different parts of the world, just defending the universe from the ever-clutching hands of the assassins. Remember, the comic books, remember what I said, the comic books and the comic books and the animations are going to be tethered. Everything is coming from the whole idea is to have everything. Well, not the whole idea, but the comic book is going to help me create the animation series, which is going to make it easier to have an animation series or to do animated movies or whatever the animations I do, because I'm both planning to be good in 2D animation and also 3D animation. Now that's where it's going to be at. Can you imagine me doing 3D animations with this? There's no limit or cap to what I can do with these amazing characters. I plan on having them popping off. It's going to be sick, man. If you're going to do something, be fully committed to it. Don't be afraid of what the consequence is going to be. Don't be afraid of what the results are going to be. Worry about the process. The minute I created these characters in 2012 and finished it in 2012, I stopped caring about what the outcomes are going to be. I just started focusing on process, creating more space and situations so that the things that I want to do can actually get done, man. So the animation for the Karjakz, that's going to be sick. I mean, doing an animated movie where you're seeing them going against the assassins, of course. And then sometimes it might not even be they're fighting them. It's just they're fighting other villains in the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. It's going to be nuts, man. It's going to be totally nuts. So that's the animation series right there. Now, next up is movies. Everybody knows you got to have. Well, it's not so much everybody knows you got to have a movie, but whenever you have great ideas, first thing everybody wants to do is make a movie. Well, if you're gonna make a movie, make sure you make it right. Let's not talk about X-Men, which puts me to sleep thinking about it. Of course, the movies themselves are gonna focus on picking up from where the animation series left off, because I want it to be sequential from the comic books to the animation to the movies. When you have a sequence, it makes a lot of sense to people, the audience who are watching it, y'all who are watching it, me who's creating it, because it would make no sense if I had no strategy or anything like that to what I was doing. So it was really important for me to do that, man. So the movies, and how many movies they're gonna be, I don't know, but there's gonna be a whole lot of movies. And then also too, when I get back to Nigeria, when I not so much, well, when I go back, because as you know, I'm Nigerian. How proud would Nigerians be to knowing that a Nigerian is the one who created Karjakz Vs Assassins animation series, comic series, and movies? It's like a total dream come true. The day will come when I actually have to take the Karjakz and put them in an a movie, whether it's with the Assassins or just by themselves. But well, you know what? I could see movies where the Karjakz were just by themselves, but those kind of movies would have to be really short films. I'm not trying to do nothing like where it's just super long like a regular movie. The regular movie should be left for the Karjakz versus Assassins, where it's not a crazy long storyline, but it's just a base storyline where you understand. I mean, the characters are rich and abundant. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about money. I mean, talking about like what I can do with them, how I can spread them out, what I can get them to do to make the storyline look incredible. So movies, oh yeah, it's going down. There's no way in hell I'm not doing movies. Movies is a for sure. There is no way I'm gonna ever allow. Well, one of the things I won't do is I won't let Hollywood ruin my ideas. I won't let the Hollywood ruin my movies. So if I got concepts and ideas, I'm putting them in execution. I'm not needing your permission. I don't need your permission. So having your own production company is gonna help a lot with that. I think it's really important. Look at me taking another bite of it's going to be really important to have movies that are representing the comics, the animation, and then those two things transforming into movies. Because what's happening now is that everything is rush with in the creative, even in the animation world. You're watching different stuff, and it's not making any sense. Like whether it's movies, especially movies, X-Men. That's the only X-Men that was worth a damn was Logan. Everything else was like, what were you people thinking? Seriously, what were you thinking? So I'm definitely making sure my movies don't come out like that. I'm going to put an emphasis on great stories that make sense, stories that create lineage, and stories that connect everything together. And as long as I have this vision of what I want to do, there's no way these movies aren't going to be spitfire. I plan on making Karjakz Vs Assassins movies, whether Karjakz movies, excuse me, the greatest of all time. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I plan on making my movies the best movies you can get. Best movies you can watch. My imagination knows no bound. And my storytelling definitely on game. You feel me? So, that's the Karjakz right there. Everything we've talked about. The movies, it's just, I'm drooling just think about how great it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So, this concludes all the heroes in the Karjakz side, right? So, we talked about, the movies conclude everything. But when I recap on everything I'm going to do with these characters, we talked about Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepherd, Diesel, and even Sphinx. Yes, I put Sphinx to have his own episode. When you do that, you kind of tie everybody together. And then today's episode just brings everything together. So, the movies, the origins, the history, the abilities, the comics, the animation, the movies. These are all things that I did with each individual character. But now you heard me talk about it as a group. as a team brings itself together to do all these things together as a group. So that's the Karjakz right there, man. And you know, like just like any other hero group, the Karjakz are like, they have to overcome a lot to be victorious, and there's not always going to be victories. There's going to be a lot of defeats, but it's what they do after the defeats is what makes them great. So yo, that's the Karjakz, man. I just felt like I need to talk about it, because if I talked about all the individual heroes, but I want to bring it together, and I plan on doing the same thing with the Assassins. Talk about each individual hero, each individual character, and then make it all a whole group, the whole gambit of Assassins, the whole Assassins team as they come together. Notice how I say the word team, because I used to hate the fact that when I would be watching cartoons, every time you see an African-American superhero team, they have to call them more than 5 people. Oh, let's call them a gang. But if it's a bunch of Caucasian superheroes, let's call them a team. No, I'm paying attention to your wordage. You're not using any codes that you can have from us, or you can have from me. A lot of things irritated me about animation series when I used to watch them, but I came to realize that when I started creating my own, I said, I don't need nobody's permission. I'm just going to make it the way I need it to be made it. So, hey, man, that's been the Karjakz today. Been an awesome episode talking about the Karjakz. You know, the origins, the history, the abilities, the comics, the animation, the movies, man. Hey, sick with it. But as always, before we get up out of here, we got to talk about all the cool new stuff we got. And I wanted to start off with a t-shirt that I've never shown before. A t-shirt that I've never shown before. Yeah, we do this now. What is this? I take my pencil drawings and I can put it on a t-shirt. How sick is this? Look at this. So of course I keep it base in the back. Guess what we got here? So on this t-shirt, this pencil sketch t-shirt, pencil drawing, it's got excursion. Look at that thing. So the detail of my drawings, look at it. The detail of my drawings on a t-shirt. How sick is that? To see people, to go be seeing people wearing this and be like, oh, this is sick. You know what I mean? So yo, this is pencil t-shirts right here. We doing pencil t-shirts now. Yeah, we doing everything now. I'm really not putting no cap on what I can do. Then of course, I know a lot of people love tank tops. This is like a sleeveless tank top. This is like a sleeve tank top. Because I like the sleeveless ones are great, but I love the sleeve tank tops. As you can see, we can do multiple designs too. You got Karjakz Vs Assassins, you got Blade, you got Iron Man, you got Batman, you got Turtles, you got Voltron, Mega Man, you name it, we got it. The sleeveless tank tops. I mean, these things are fire, man. I mean, these things are lit. Whoever doesn't like this is a hater. You know what I'm saying? This is sick. You can work out in it, you can run in it. I remember I have one that I wear now because I've got this one that I put it away. But this one, I've got one that I wear to work out. Man, that thing is awesome. The comfortability, its comfortable level is ridiculous. I love this tank top right there. Next up is t-shirts. Cajun t-shirt. You know, we're going into summer, so people love t-shirts and people love superhero t-shirts. And so if you want a superhero t-shirt, you got to visit my website at soundfusion.com. This is Cajun comboed with Sanusi on the back. You know what I mean? But these are paying homage to the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe characters. You know, this t-shirt is the quickest flash, is the quickest dry technology. And it's great. It's slim fit design too, so it looks really slim fit. It looks really slick on people when you wear it. I mean, it's designed to be form fitting, so it's going to look good. So if you're going to be rocking it, you want to be looking awesome. And you want to be looking awesome because you're rocking this t-shirt. This t-shirt is going to make it look awesome no matter what. And it also comes in slim fit and regular size. Regular fit. So you ain't got to worry about wearing no slim fit if you're not down for the slim fit, man. But if you are down for the slim fit, you get one of these right here. Then here's another t-shirt. Shoot, you thought I was done? Come on now. I always got to have the t-shirts. Look at this. Escalade. Check this out. Artillery on the back. Yeah. And this is one of the shirts that I made when I first started. I was like, I got to make me an Escalade t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Now I try to take all my characters and make something with each one of them on it, man. I got to do that, man. You know what I mean? So look at this t-shirt. Comes in multiple characters. You can get it in as many characters as the t-shirts. Karjakz Vs Assassins, Cajun, Escalade, Gloss, Rasputin, Cynthia, Shepard, Diesel, the Assassins, Sanusi, Artillery, Kanji, Revo, Excursion, Snipes, Yukon, the Coyotes, and of course even Seth and Sphinx as well on t-shirts. So you got to go get your t-shirt on soundfusion.com today, and so you can join the movement and look awesome wearing our awesome custom t-shirts, man. And they are custom, believe that. Then next up are sweatpants. You always got to have sweatpants, man. Check this out. You always got to have sweatpants. You know what I mean? These sweatpants are off the chain. You got to have sweatpants. Sweatpants, and I've actually got sweatpants for the ladies and for the ladies as well. So these are men's sweatpants. And check out the art on the back too. So, ooh, look at that. I dropped it. It's customized. So you can see the back right there. Check that out, man. Look at that thing. I put it on a hanger. And then check out the front. All the art in the world. Look at this. And then all the art on the world on this side. Man, how sick is that? And then check this out. All the art on the back. Look at this. You got to showcase the talents, man. And then all the art on this side right here. Then of course, you got the all-star pants. I mean, you got a bunch of multiple heroes. Look at this. Iron Man, Ryu, Mega Man, Sam Wilson, Captain America, Blade. You know what I'm saying? Then you flip it to the other side. You got Blade on this side. You got Turtles, Leonardo from Turtles, Wolverine, and then you got Panther right here. And then if I flip it on the back, guess what you got? You got Black Panther, War Machine, Techno Man, Voltron, and then on this side you got Batman, Green Lantern, Spider-Man, Black Lightning. I mean, it's just, man, I put a bunch of cool superheroes on this thing, man, so I had to do it, man. You know what I mean? And then of course, I gotta get y'all one more sweatpants. Give me a second, y'all. Check this out. See, these are women's sweatpants right here. Now this one's a basic design because I just wanted plain Jane, so you can see a lot of women don't want too much art. So I've got the logo right there, as you can see. Then I've got Wonder Woman, Afro Wonder Woman right here. Look at that. Detail, man, detail. All about the detail. And then you flip it to the back, no art on the back. But now what I've learned is that because I created the new leggings, people are digging the leggings, man, the way it is with the draped art. So yo, I've gotten mad compliments on the leggings, man. So yo, that's what we're doing for the women with the sweatpants. So yo, and then of course, can't forget this, the Bata Sport ones, the exercise. But guess what else we're coming? We got some more sport design shoes coming soon, man. It is coming. It's pretty sick. These are the sport ones, the OGs, the first original Karjakz Vs Assassins, the first original sport ones, the first ones ever created. Check them out. Look at this. How sick is that, man? Look at that. Oh my Lord, how cool is this? Look at this thing. Sick as I don't know what. I love this shoe. It's super comfortable. This is the first ones I ever made. I run into them. I was like, I just fell in love and got a second pair immediately. You know what I mean? And now I've got this one in the Hall of Fame. It's just chilling. Doesn't ever get worn. That's how it's supposed to be, man. More value, baby. More value. I mean, the sport ones, you can get them in different characters too. Karjakz Vs Assassins, Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Voltron, Turtles, Mega Man. And then even the characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassin universe. Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepard, Diesel. Then of course you got, and then Sphinx even. Then you got the Assassins led by Lord Sun Tzu, Artillery, Grivo, Kanji, Excursion, Snipes, Yukon, the Coyotes, and of course Seth as well. So you got to go get your sport ones today on soundvision.com, man, because they are super great, super comfortable. And when you're running, you literally feel like you're running on air, man, because they are that comfortable. So soundvision.com, get your Bata Sport ones today and let your feet be happy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I'm real proud. My Bata's footwear is about to become the official shoe on Annadale Center website. So look, I am looking forward to that glory, and I'm looking forward to that awesomeness because it's gonna be a game changer. So y'all, that is our show for today. Looking awesome, and don't forget the Sound Vision Podcast T-shirt. I'm always forgetting. Look, go get yours today on soundvision.com. We got different ones. Let me take off my puffer jacket. You know what I mean? We're almost at the end of the show. You can get this t-shirt. It's available on soundvision.com and get your pair today and look awesome and look great and love what you're wearing because it comes in different colors. We got them in black, dark gray, just like this one. You got long sleeves, you got bomber jackets, you got hoodies, you got bucket hats. There's nothing we can't put on. We can even put it on phone cases. So yo, Soundvision Podcast logo, you got to go get on soundvision.com and get yours today, man. So yo, that's our show for today, man. But before I get up out of here, we gotta talk about the Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book that's coming out soon. But to talk about the Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book that's coming out soon, you got to get this bio book available on soundvision.com. This book is going to tell you everything that's going to go down in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. That's right. You're going to be able to understand all the characters from the Karjakz, which I talked about today, right, to the villainous assassins, which I'm going to be talking about next soon. You know what I mean? And so getting this Bible helps you understand each character in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Same way I broke down each character today in the Karjakz team, we're going to do the same thing with the Karjakz and the Assassins. And when you understand what's going on, so when the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comes out, you're going to be like, oh yeah, this Bible book really helps a lot to understand it, because it's becoming a collector's item. I can't tell how many of these I've sold at comic expos, sold when I was driving Uber. Yeah, that's right, when I was driving Uber Lyft. You know what I mean? I did a whole lot. I achieved a whole lot doing that, man. So, yo, that's the Bible book. And so, you know, we got to pay these bills, man. If you want to get somewhere, like I always say, you got to do one step at a time. And one step at a time is let's all this right here. This bio books. So, hey, one. So, you got one, you got two, and you got three. Look at me. And four is coming. And then the version 6 of the characters looks even more sicker. You know what I mean? So, you won't even recognize who is who. Next time y'all see these characters, man, they are off the chain greats. So, yeah, that's our show for today, man. Before we get about here, we got to thank these sponsors. Pay these bills. This Science Fiction podcast is brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything in between, search Tigler.com. That's Tigler.com, y'all. Don't wait. Search today. Don't wait. Search today, because, hey, if you want a search engine that's going to actually do the job and find everything that you're looking for professionals, you got to get on Tigler.com. That is where it's at. Better than Google, better than DuckDuck, better than all of them. Tigler.com. If you want professionals that do what they do and they're the best at it, you got to go on Tigler.com, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadil for the Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadil for the Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadilCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadilCenter.com for details, y'all. You know, I always show y'all the custom orthotics in the beginning, but never show you at the end. Well, I'm gonna start trying to show you at the end. Look at this. Designed strictly for my feet, so it's not no generic, man. This is built for me and only me. Only I can wear this because it's shaped to my feet, contoured to my feet. So that's what they're doing over there at AnadilCenter.com, man. Make your appointment and go make your feet happy again today, man. So, y'all, I want to thank you for listening. It's been an awesome episode talking about these amazing Karjaks, these heroes, these awesome heroes who have to defeat these villainous assassins, man. But these Karjaks are amazing, man. So I want to thank you for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Booker Jr. Please check out our website for all the cool stuff we got, man. You know what I'm saying? We got bio books, whether it's version 1, 2, or 3. You know what I'm saying? Look at all 3 right here. And then we got water bottles. You know what I'm saying? That's always something we're going to keep going. Then we've got glasses cases. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, we've got, what else we got? We got phone cases. Shoot, we even got wallets. We got wallets now. You know what I'm saying? And pretty soon we're working on rubber bands for the wrist. You know, people love wearing wrists. I'm working on something like that, man. Y'all about to get that soon. Then, of course, I'm always making sure I focus on mental health. Mental health. This is important. Having a journal, right? A journal tells you the story of everyday life that you're living. And I know for me, being that I have a therapist now, just had a session yesterday. It was great. I've come a long way. My therapist says I'm doing fantastic. I feel at peace. I got to tell you, that peace part is the biggest part. Having no anxiety, that's a really big part. You got to be able to, anxiety's like, it's a roller coaster. Don't let you have no peace, man. And you want that peace, man. And the only way to get that peace is to find the solution to the problems to which you're having. And if there's help is available, please take it. Don't let all these commercials you see on TV, I don't care who the company is, I don't want them, they're trying to like, what's this word I'm looking for? Make mental health like something they can make money off of. And that's going to really not sit well with a lot of people, because a lot of people are dealing with a whole lot of nonsense. And what I find is that when my therapist started asking me to write my journal every single day, which is amazing, it is now going on, how many days is this? 384 days that I started writing this journal, which I started last year. 384 days, which is totally beautiful and amazing. Having my therapist tell me to write about every single thing, every single day, how my day went, has completely changed. What I realized that the more I looked at my journal, the more positivity was in there. And the more positivity is in there, the further you can grow as a human being. So check this out, man. You can get these cool, amazing journals. I got different journals on the website, from Karjakz Vs Assassins to Cajun, Escalade, Goss, Rasputin, Sincere, Diesel, Shepherd. You can find all kinds of characters: Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Voltron, Turtles, Mega Man, Thundercats. You know what I mean? Get your journal today and tell your story, so you know your story, so you can read your story and know the positivity you're living in, man. Because journals, I didn't realize how important journals were until I started writing them, man. These things are super important, man. So get yours today on soundvision.com, y'all. So that's That's all the stuff we got on the website right there. And then also please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sanusi Vision. Look, man, you got to have a YouTube channel. It's where it's at. I don't care what anybody says. Everything we're doing now is more YouTube. I shifted over to YouTube because I figured people want to listen here. That's what I always say. Listen here. Nobody's just wanting to listen. That's corny. People want to listen here. People want to see, listen. Excuse me. I meant see, listen. To see and listen. They don't just want to listen because that might be boring to them. So I know a lot of people that do podcasts that gave up probably was a bad idea. They should kept on going because not realizing that not realizing that YouTube was the future of where the podcast should go. I mean, even NFL football puts their stuff on YouTube. So YouTube is where it's at, man. I ain't missing out on no YouTube. So yo, SanusiVision.com, SanusiVision on YouTube, so that way you can get click. And as you well know now, on my YouTube page, there's a click and subscribe button. So every time you see one of my videos, guess what you can do? Click immediately and you become a subscriber. Ain't no problems. You got to click. You know what I'm saying? It's there. You know we got great shows and it's all about great content. I'm more concerned about great content and the views are coming already. So the beauty of knowing that I'm doing this on my own makes me really proud, man. So Sanusi, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sanusi, and get your watch on. It's pretty awesome. It's got a lot of shows on there, and I'm always posting different stuff that I'm doing, whether it's apparel, footwear, sewing lessons. It's all kinds of cool stuff on my YouTube channel. We got to get it. It's the spot, man. There's no getting around it, man. You know what I mean? So yo, that's what's at. And then of course, social media, YouTube. Check out our social medias: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram. You can, no matter how you want to see it, you are going to need these platforms. Social media is a place for you to figure out what you want to do, how you want to do it. Well, if that's the case, you got to figure out how to do it. And the problem for a lot of artists, excuse me, y'all, the problem for a lot of artists is they whine about what social media does and not what it's going to do for them. I'm not on there for negativity energy. I'm over there for positivity energy. I just post my video and I get off on there. And if I see something positive that towards a comment towards what I'm doing, I acknowledge the person. If the person is negative, I just swipe left and block, man. I no longer have the time to waste my energy, giving my energy to somebody who wants to just choke on hate, choke on being a hater. To me, it makes no sense. But hey, you're free to do what you want, man. So you know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of me having social media. It grows your brand. And I can't tell you. Let me tell y'all, when I say it has grown Sanusi Vision, y'all, it has grown Sanusi Vision. Sanusi Vision is on a whole different stratosphere, man. I mean, I'm doing so well on social media, in terms of my YouTube, in terms of my TikTok, in terms of my, even with TikTok that's about to go bye-bye, and it will be going bye-bye. I'm still doing great on there. Even though they try to shadow ban me, TikTok ain't got no shame. They're as bad as Instagram, who's also probably Facebook, who's also Facebook. They just shadow ban no users, which makes no sense to me. But it's only a matter of time before we all just say, you know what, go kick rocks, man. You know what I mean? So yo, that's social media platform. You got to use them. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, X, and Instagram. They're all great. I think the best three are YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And then X is sort of like a gossip channel, man. I don't even know what to call it, man. That's what it feels like. And then of course Instagram, I just think is weak. It's not as good as it used to be. It's kind of gotten it's forgotten itself. That's literally what it's done. So yo, that's Instagram. That's our social media right there, man. And please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. You know what I'm saying? Have a great week. Keep doing big things. Just like me, how I achieved this Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Believe in yourself. Don't let no one, and I mean no one, tell you what you can and what you can't accomplish. You can do great things if you want to do great things, and you can achieve great things if you want to do great things. The only way to do it is, guess what? To work hard, plan, be tactical, and get on. And you too can have your own awesome, amazing character. So guess what? I don't know whether to finish on with this right here. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I think I will. So that way y'all are inspired to go get one of my amazing posters. Look at that. You know what I mean? That is sick, man. That is sick. This is available on SanusiVision.com. This is so available on SanusiVision.com. So go get it, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, you know, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, be great, and do great things, y'all. Peace. Check this cool cartoon intro out.
right, you can see the rest of it on my YouTube channel, and you can also check it out on my website at sanusfittingshop.com. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.